Hello and welcome to The Wireless. I am Amila Skepe, and this is the brains behind the business, where we get to speak to incredible business owners, innovators, and positive game changers of our country's economic sector. And on this episode, we will be speaking to Meg, who is the founder of Fempreneurs. However, she's not rolling alone. I believe Lauren Lister is also here, who is her co-founder. And ladies, how are you doing?
Good, thanks. Great to be here.
Good.
Thanks so much. Nice to meet you.
Right. Nice to
Thanks
meet
for
you as
inviting us.
well. I'm so happy that you guys decided to join us despite your, incredibly busy schedules. We appreciate you for being here. And let's hop on to our first question of the day. And I believe this one goes to both of you guys. It says, let's talk about how the economic driven sisterhood came about and what was the passion behind it.
So I'll start that. Fempreneurs was my brainchild initially, and that was just due to the fact that I come into contact with a couple of female entrepreneurs who really had more like a side hustle, and we like to call it side passion, but a side hustle whereby they had a lovely product that they developed or created, and they just weren't getting the, access to market that they required. Like they didn't know where to, they had no, they had, there's the standard platforms, but nowhere specific they could shine and be mentored and be, promoted in a community of female entrepreneurs. And that's how Fempreneurs was born, really. I thought somewhere that people can, someone can sell, they can get coaching, mentorship, just an all-in-one platform.
Yes.
Where it's not intimidating, and it's very supportive community. And yeah, that's where I came up with the idea, and then I borrowed and bribed a whole lot of people like Lauren and my other co-founders into I introduced the idea to them, and they just had, they loved the idea, and that's how we started. Yeah.
That's incredible. And like your profile says, it is a community that offers women the tools and the support needed to successfully launch and run a business. So that is basically the core of Fempreneurs. And we love to hear it. We love, the sisterhood. And it's not only about, talking about things that are less innovative. It's the sisterhood that helps one build their company, which is incredible. And now, in the dynamic world of entrepreneurship, what was the unique challenge that you faced as women entrepreneurs, and how have you, innovatively overcome or tackled this challenge?
I'll talk about the challenges. I'll talk about the challenges, and you can talk about how we overcame them, I think.
Okay.
So the challenges we came across were everything any female entrepreneur, and that's what we love to get with our members, is that we have been in the seats that they've been in. We have literally started from the bottom and are working our way up. We're nowhere at the top yet at all. And we've come across things like the standard, the social norms, the being a woman, and specifically a mother in our cases, and not having enough time to try and pursue our passions.
Yeah.
The insecurities of starting something, the lack of finance, all of those.
Yeah.
You name it, you've experienced it. And yeah, Allah, you can explain how we've overcome some of them. We're still battling with some of them.
I think, like Meg said, we're really came into this. We were already juggling a lot, all already having full-time either jobs or small businesses already, and then families and just the stuff that life tends to throw at you. But I think a big part of why we've been able to just continue is because we've been there for each other every step of the way. And when one of us is feeling a bit despondent or having a difficult time, the others pick that person up, and then we all just roll with it together. And then we've also been really fortunate to meet up with other people along the way that have just been so inspired by like what we are trying to build, And they've wanted to become a part of it, not so that they can get something out of it, but just to be a part of this community and what we're trying to build and the ecosystem. And it's just been such an amazing journey. Like, I've met people along the way that I would never have come into contact in my normal day to day. And just they inspire me to also just keep up the determination and keep going.
Lovely, lovely to hear it. And also, now let's move away from the challenges to more positive factors of Fempreneurs. So, in every entrepreneurship, there are defining moments. So, what was that defining moment for Fempreneurs? Like a single-handed experience that made you realize that, you know what, we're actually doing something right.
Probably I'm the right person to talk about this because basically, look, long story short, I'm going to bore you with the details, but we started off, I think, like a lot of entrepreneurs, where you have a lack of resources, lack of money, and basically our initial platform that was developed just didn't support, and probably through my own fault in that I probably did not give the right direction of how it should be built. It was an evolving platform, but got to a point where it just was not strong enough for what we were wanting to do. So we've got a multi-vendor platform website, which means each of our Fempreneurs have their own little store, which is connected to a courier, connected to a payment gateway. And in South Africa, that is a concept that is just, we're not there yet. Like it is the service providers that we've been working with, like it is not something in South Africa that South Africans cater to, right?
Okay.
So basically we got to a point where we actually had, I want to call it a lemon. We had another ruder word for our website, but we won't put it on air. We had a very big lemon and a very sour lemon. And we had this amazing, wonderful female entrepreneur, website developer, Samantha, I'm naming her name. And she literally just was helping us out of the goodness of her heart. She said, I so believe in what you're doing. And I'm going to try and support you. We got to a point where she just said, I'm going to help you rebuild this website.
Oh,
I believe so much in what you're doing that I will help you rebuild this website from scratch, which I think she probably regrets every day, but no, she says she doesn't. And that I feel, and I'm sure Lauren also agrees, was the defining moment where it was just someone believes in us this much in what we're trying to do, that they put aside, literally it took another 6 months. She thought it would take 2 weeks. 6 months of their life to help us to relaunch our site. So I think, I mean, we discussed before this call, I think that's generally like one of the main defining aha like moments. Hela?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I definitely think of Sam as our little angel that just came along at the right time. And otherwise we were very close to just being dead in the water. And I think Sam coming along right when we needed her, she's just made all the difference.
Just reflects how important community is, and that's what we're trying to build this platform on. If we hadn't had the community of people that are just wanting us to succeed, and Sam, we would never have it wouldn't be happening. We wouldn't be having this conversation now.
Valid. Also, I saw the website and it does look incredible. So kudos to Sam. Kudos to Sam. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Like the prices are clear, the products are clear. There aren't any blurry. You don't have to struggle to find something on the website, which is pretty cool. So yeah, kudos to Sam. Hey, and now on to the next onto the next question. So how do you view Fempreneurs as having impacted or even transformed the cultural entrepreneurship landscape of South Africa? Now, given to the ripple effects of, how it actually came about.
I mean, you can also chip in here. We never set out to be a gender,
focused.
Women we're not that way inclined. And unfortunately, I think we're going to come across, I have already come across some people, men who say, well, why don't you accept us? And it's nothing to do with that. It was really from a perspective of that, and La, you can chip in here too. Like, we found that there is a trend whereby there is a lot of in South Africa, a lot of females who are not in the same level from an entrepreneurial, perspective of men, and we can sympathize with what they're going through. Like we have experienced it, so it's become like our culture. Hela.
Yeah, I think it's very much come from a place of when we were first talking about it, before we even actioned anything, we were talking about our friends and our neighbors and our, cousins and people that had these amazing ideas or even existing products, and they just didn't have the know-how of how to get it out there, and they didn't have the time because, like the four of us founders, we are all also juggling families, either full-time jobs or businesses.
Yeah.
So it does become a challenge. And I think coming from a place of understanding, it means a lot more because it's relatable.
Empathy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it really is. It's not a specific us versus men.
Okay.
Ever. We created a community for a niche that we feel need the support. That helps.
Yeah, it's a valid point, and I guess it's the nurturing effect that is sometimes needed in economic sectors such as entrepreneurship that you guys provide. It's not necessarily dividing the gender equalities and whatnot, but I think it is a support structure that supports them in a nurturing manner, and that's what's important. Sometimes you just need that push, and a soft push.
And, sometimes a hard push.
Yeah, I know. But that is indeed incredible. And now, oftentimes, let's say entrepreneurship requires a lot of personal development and as well as resilience. Now, personally and professionally, what could you, point out and say that the journey with Fempreneurs has changed you guys?
I think for me, Meg, if you don't mind, I think what the challenges that we've gone through and the ways that we've been able to overcome them, it's sort of also given me a bit more confidence within my own business, which sounds crazy because I had my business before Fempreneurs came along, but it was a different journey and I was doing it on my own. Whereas Fempreneurs has been very collaborative. Like we've relied on those collaborations in order to succeed. So I think professionally, like I've just learned the value of having people in your corner that share your vision and your values. It definitely helps to push things along and move things along. And then just personally, I don't know, like I feel like it's always something that I think women who either have their own business or they're working full-time, part-time, whatever, and I do count being a full-time mom and homemaker as a job. So literally everyone, we all find it hard to like find the time for the things that matter. It's very easy to get caught up in the day-to-day, the boxes that need to be ticked off. But just being able to meet all of these people along the way through Fempreneurs is sort of also given me a new perspective on my personal life. So that's been quite amazing.
Yeah, that's incredible. And for Meg?
For me, I'll just quickly, so basically, I've gone from being, and I still am, and I'm very, I'm a full-time salaried person, to experiencing and growing with what all these Fempreneurs go for, these female entrepreneurs who are, I've grown and learned that way. Like I have never experienced this from the bottom to the top. I've always received at the end of every month a salary. That has been incredibly humbling for me because I've never had that experience. And yeah, look, it's just been amazing and humbling meeting all these people that want to help us. So yeah, that's my growth, I suppose you can say.
That is lovely. Now, the last question before we conclude everything. Ladies, how do you believe Fempreneurs are bringing value to the next generation of female entrepreneurs? And what role does, mentorship play in achieving that?
So I think this also goes back to one of the questions you asked earlier regarding how you'd like to change, the landscape.
Yeah.
Etc. I mean, you've got South Africa, who is, I mean, more than half of South Africa is female.
Yeah.
Right. Only 38% of our SMEs are women run. So, if anything, so you've got two questions here, but one of our main drivers is to help increase that percentage. That's one of our big motivators. But then also mentoring, like as I say, like that is one of the biggest. That is a big barrier to entry, is that these women do not have the mentoring and the community, and that's what our hope for Fempreneurs is. So it's not just a platform for. It's not just a marketplace where you sell your stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, you can list your site. Like we have a scenario where our biggest motivator. We're not profits driven, although I mean profits are nice. We want to be able to use any profits we have into promote and grow our Fempreneurs. Hello.
Definitely. And I think also what makes us unique is that we are, like what Meg said, we're not just a marketplace. We have met and vetted and had really intense discussions with coaches in various, industries and, their zone of genius. And we've brought them on board to be a part of this so that they can help our Fempreneurs that sign up with us. So if someone's having issues and they're not sure how to put an employment contract in place, or they're not sure how to, sort out their finances for their business, we've got like a legal coach, accountant, a chartered accountant. We've got someone who does strategy for marketing. We've got someone else who helps with social media. There's even someone that's very much focused on like your mental and physical health, because that's part of being an entrepreneur. Everything that you go through affects your body and your mind. So having the right mindset like plays a part. So we definitely are always we've been on the lookout for people that really like resonate with us, so that they can help mentor and guide the new, up and coming businesswomen that are trying to just make their mark.
Right.
But
Thank
it's just
you.
also making it available, affordable too. So all of these coaches have got packages that we've negotiated special rates with, and it's all about making it affordable. And we call it like a one-stop shop to start your business. Yeah. Anyway, that's us.
Love that term. Ladies, thank you so much for deciding to, make the time to come and join us. That was Meg, the founder of Fempreneurs, as well as Lauren, who is the co-founder as well. And those were the two incredible and beautiful ladies that are indeed making a change in our economy, whether it is small.
Many others.
And many others, yes. And many others that are making an incredible change in our economy, as not just the Eastern Cape for women, but in general. And they are continuing their journey of entrepreneurship within the community, commanding rather schedules of motherhood and being wise. Maybe some are wise, maybe some are online distance learning students, but they're doing it anyway. So that is indeed inspiring. Thank you. We appreciate you for coming here and deciding to join the Wireless team. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you so much for inviting us.
Thank you.
It's been a really awesome experience.
Right. Okay. Thank you so much. Right. And that is how we conclude our conversation with the Fempreneurs co-founder and founder. And until next time, don't forget to spread kindness. And I'm Amila Skepe for the brains behind the business right here on the Wireless.